in a conversation that centers around classic. I just called Gino's Not Be God a classic.
Yeah.
So tonight we shall have a conversation on what makes a song a classic. What is a classic? At what point can you refer to a song as a classic, hip hop song that is? What does it require? What's the requirement for a song to be called a classic? Is there any such thing as instant classic? And all the classic, because classic is a word that is now thrown around in the hip hop community. You know, people drop bang average body of work, and you know, people come out to term it classic, and there is really nothing that you can do about it, because people seem to say it's relative, it's how they feel. But I'm very sure that we should have an across-board definition or standpoint on what the term classic should refer to as it relates to hip hop. Greo.
Classic. To be my own personal opinion about classic, I feel it has to stand. The music, the content, the sound, everything about the song or the body work actually has to stand the test of time. Like I can play it in 2030 and it still sounds good, and it sounds as good as the songs they play now, and it could even be better. So classic is evergreen. One word for it.
Oh, so one word. Okay, this synonym for classic is evergreen.
Evergreen.
So from your definition of what a classic is right now, I'm taking it that you do not believe that there is anything such as instant classic. Like you don't hear a record and you say,
I felt that way. Couple of songs. There's definitely instant classic. Like it has every embodiment of instant classic, and you feel them. They are not making songs like this right now, or it will actually do well anytime. Whether we are off that trend and you still actually joke the songs. And I think there's this song, I don't know if you still remember, Me to See and Asha.
Share My Blessings.
Yeah, I feel that was an instant classic.
Why would you call Me to See and Asha's Share My Blessing an instant classic, and then you defined classic some couple of minutes ago as evergreen? So at what point did you decide, or did you know that this song is evergreen?
To be honest, the moment I played it, and when I played it again, the lyrics, what it was saying, it spoke to me. I don't know if another person feels otherwise, but left to me, the moment I heard that song, I felt it was an instant classic.
So classic is relative. Is that what you're saying?
It's relative. It depends on the individual.
So if somebody,
personal opinion.
Yeah, if somebody walks up to you now to say, "Kada by 22" is a classic, you would not argue it because it's his personal opinion.
Well,
that's what you're saying.
I might just give him the, maybe if he proves to me.
The question now is, how then do you prove it? How then do you prove that this is a classic?
Well, Plumbline just walking. Let him actually answer that.
If it's like you're almost caught up there.
No, to be honest,
the discussion was supposed to be about Shine to See, right?
No, I call that song a classic, instant classic. And he is saying,
okay,
what makes it an instant classic? Is there a yardstick to actually decide a classic song?
I think there's something about how the song connects with the audience. Okay. There are some songs that grow on you with time. There are some that the very instant you hear it, there's something about that song that you may not be able to 100% place your hands on it, but there's something that connects with everybody, and it seems like a global thing. So I think in that context, those ones will qualify as instant classics.
Okay, so let's leave the instant classic situation alone now. What makes a song a classic? at what point do you say this song is a classic? What are the requirements? What does a song require, or an album or project require for it to be a classic?
Let me use an illustration in that case. Kendrick Lamar's Alright. That song instantly became the voice of the Black Lives Matter movement. And from a feel-good song, it became a protest song. So that way, it became like an anthem. So a song that becomes like that over time, that moves you to do something, or at least has that, like I use that word, resonates.
It should be judged, don't you think, Plumbline?
Yeah, but you know, then in that case, you now talk about, there's some songs that whether we like it or not, goes global. It's all over, years and all that. I keep, 2 days ago I was reflecting on some Michael Jackson songs, where the protest songs, but with that is, with that tiny voice, but there's something about that song that year in, year out, yes, it's just that we're not blessed with those kind of musicians like forever. You just have them like once in a lifetime. Bob Marley's song for dates, they still keep being played over and over. I think most of the time it's generations to come that will be the true judge of what the classic is or not.
So it then pretty much waters down what you people call instant classic then. Don't you think there is
instant is
it's
for
a
that
bit shaky
generation.
it's a bit shaky.
No. Do you feel it's for that generation, or we just envision
Some might come
the
and
future? We just envision the future, like this song played in 2050, people will still actually vibe to it.
Now there's some songs. Again, I'll go back there.
No, keep it to hip hop, Abi.
Yeah,
Keep
hip-hop.
it.
So hip hop generally, for example, anything that signifies a movement. For example, you talk about Public Enemy. For me, Fight the Power, or when NWA came out, they came to the opposite end. Public Enemy was about enlightening people at that point, and it was also about the protest song and all that. It shook everywhere. And those kind of songs at that point, because it changes. Okay, now we'll go to Chronic, we'll go to Dre's Chronic, we'll go to Rakim. Rakim dropped an album and everybody changed the way they were rapping because of one person. So in that instance, then you can say, okay, that's a yardstick, something that actually causes a major paradigm shift. If you remember when Chronic dropped, that's when people started wearing white t-shirts, and that people actually changed their dresses to reflect that West Side, the Compton thing. They brought Compton back on the map.
So that's, in your opinion, it has to be a classic song or a classic project has to have some level of effect, positive effect.
Of course.
So I'm going to ask you a question, point blank. Need to see, keep a big deal.
Honestly,
because many people, I've heard many hip hop heads saying that to see Skinny Big Deal is a classic. I've heard almost everybody, I can start mentioning names of hip hop heads.
my bad. The thing is that, okay, the song is a feel-good song. You won't take that from him.
They could be pop classic. Remember Jay said on that I made pop classic.
No, I get that part. I'm not debating it. But for example, what can a big deal? What would it? Well,
Was he a pop classic?
well,
Did he shift any paradigm?
was it hits? I think that's where we now start drawing a line between hits and classics.
So draw the line for us.
Okay. It's cool. It's cool also be classic.
Yes.
But
That's why I
classics
said,
are not necessarily, no.
And classics are no.
Classic are hits, right? But hits are not necessarily classics.
Oh no, it's
Yeah.
hits are not necessarily classics, especially if you want to look at it in that generational context.
classic necessarily it's also vice versa.
I think it has to cut across for it to be classic.
That's how I put it.
I think it has to.
Nazi-omatic.
Ilmatic, yes, it might have not gone like
The
in
mass
terms of
appeal.
sales like that, but there was something about it till now, to the point that now still dates, he's talking about being tired of the song itself
celebration.
because everybody wants him to do another Ilmatic. So he says something about that thing. And again, back to what he said, one of the major things that actually made Ilmatic stand out was someone that was just a teenager, and then he was talking about, he was giving a picturesque view of the hood, and he said it's so clear. There was the way he actually painted pictures, but it's something people have not heard before. So again, that's why something, I think one of the major aspects of classics is there has to be something you're bringing to the table. There has to be something that is sounding like what we've not heard before. Something this has not done before, the effect is not had before. I gave an example, Rakim. Till date, the people that say, hey, Rakim influenced the way they rap. Because Rakim was the first person, just turn off the music and just let Rakim rap. And you're still having that musical feel because that's the way he did his own rhyme scheme. And the people that still do that based on what he did there. So I think that's one of the things I put as the yardstick for classics, which is something that causes a major paradigm shift in that generation and then stays potential.
Alright, so let's narrow it down to Nigeria. I've defined what is globally accepted as classics. You know, Nigeria, I said on the show last week that Nigeria kind of works in reverse. Especially our music industry works in reverse. Things that are not acceptable elsewhere are pretty much acceptable here.
Okay.
And the standards are, you know, I'll leave that. But let's narrow it down to Nigeria. Hip-hop albums, projects over time. What body of work would you reckon is a classic, judging by all the parameters you've laid down in Nigeria? It seems to me that it will now be tough to actually identify classic projects, not singles. Not singles.
What about if it's
an entire album?
One rapper will easily scale through by his own definition.
I would want him to pick.
Let him shoot first. No, I think it's reading my mind. It's reading my mind. I want it to.
Okay.
Sure.
For me, if I'm rating album classics, I'll start with
You know why I waited for you to say MoFame will kill me for this? I don't know why. Mo does not 100% see Iperibus. Each time I want to talk to him about Iperibus, he doesn't want to hear that. And to me, yes, Pentagon X, Malcolm X, they resonated. But there was one thing about Iperibus that was all the way around. That was the song that I took him to. I got those China. That was something that changed.
Okay, then I think it was the first time I heard you blend African choruses, then you rap real good, and there's a blend of highlife, Afro beats, and everything. It sounded so African boom bapish, and it was original at that time. Then, to me, that was one of. If you're able to.
So, do you agree with him that the Blood Bros Union is classic?
Yes, I agree.
From his own definition again, MI's talk about it is supposedly a classic because it started a trend, and a lot of people started rapping that way.
Yeah. And it came at the point that, if you remember very well, that was the point that Rugged Man kept insisting
that you have to rap in PG, and he broke the barrier.
And then you will still see plenty.
But to be honest, Rugged Man was not rapping.
And look, it was ironical because Rugged had to present the Lyricist on the Roll Awards.
Oh, that night I was just laughing. And then it was presented to AQ.
We don't say
what.
It was all just funny that night. It was all just funny. So right now, how about Rugged Man's the album come?
Did he make that impact? How many songs can you actually remember from the album called?
A couple, actually.
What If?
I can't remember how.
What If was his most from his closest attempt to hip hop.
I don't like how that sounds. that doesn't sound well at all. Rugged Man, don't even talk about his closest attempt to hip hop. Like every other thing he's been doing has been just far off hip hop.
There was something about and you know, if you are talking about make sense with the lyrics, the thing is that Rugged Man eventually sadly became a paradox. The opposite of the antithesis of what exactly stood for. He came with a hand and then he was talking about people that when you rap, that people you have something to say. I think people listened to Rugged Man at that time because he had something to say. But somehow, I think it got caught in the flow of okay, let's just make another party track and all that.
Isn't that the same situation with M right now?
Is M really someone that makes party songs.
No, what MI started doing was he after talk about it. To be honest with you, after some time, I'm just like, okay, you guys talk about it, okay. But talk about it, there was something about talk about it. And I think he was trying to push the envelopes. He was benchmarking himself with pop stars. And then he made that attempt with German album. And funny enough, that album still worked.
Chairman.
The one that had the African rapper number one.
Yeah.
No, that was MI2.
MI2, sorry,
Yeah,
MI2. Yeah, MI2 worked. I know by Chairman, but MI2 with Flavor, with YG and all that.
Yeah.
That was his first attempt at going out of the box, and it worked. But you see, the problem with people is that one formula can't keep working time after time. With time, people get tired of it. And then MI started, there's this part of MI that when MI is flowing, then it goes the Sokoto, Morocco, MI, you can't touch MI when it comes to, I've seen MI battle in Wapi. I've seen that experience. I think that was what some of us had issues with and all that. Probably didn't understand it then. Because it's not as if someone listened. I was trying to convince someone that the first time I heard Ice Prince, but the person heard Ice Prince, I mean, the person
I was like, nah.
No, but how do you hide being Hill? Like you write all this stuff, and this is what I call closet lyricists now. They are now closet lyricists. Like I'm very dope just because the market does not accept dopeness. I write all this work stuff.
Do you even know why I disagree with Plumbline on Ice? You know why I disagree? Because this BET cypher gave him
the opportunity
to spars.
I think what happened to Ice, and it's a case study. I think people get used to being whack. It's a theory I'm holding my head.
No, because I got tired of all this.
I heard Ice Prince in Rockaway back then when he was still the guy from Joss. I stood like this, but that's the last I've heard. That's the piece I've heard to Ice Prince coming.
So what changed?
So that's why I said, because even then there was a story that the huge stories about Ice being the one ghostwriting for a lot of people. So by the time his album came out, when was the Ice Prince? So that's why I said I think people get used. I think over time.
So they become comfortable,
and then you will not be able to, because I think lyricism is also seasonal. If you don't exercise your mind over and over, if it's not taken.
If you actually observe MI, you know this guy takes his time to write, regardless of his pop songs, and sometimes it goes off with his corny lyrics.
I sort of like his solo.
But there are some songs you can actually pinpoint. That's why I said you can't hide dopeness. I don't believe those guys, they feel, they are doing it for the market. I feel it's them. That's how they are. If you are too good, it's hard for you to even write something bad.
No, now let me give you an example. JC Jags. JC, when if you want to annoy JC, I just remind you about the pussy logo. But the thing is that by the time he did the Royal Niger Company, by the time he did the one before the show, that was just his passing out. That was just resentment within himself.
No, actually, that song that he did, Nobody Tested, and then JC took
the last verse.
I
think he had like the best verse.
Best verse.
But it was what?
Very boring. You can't remember this one.
Nobody fit test me, even if I test.
Was it the one?
That was M. That was typical M.
Yeah, I get it. I watched a Black Bones interview recently, and he was making a case for dropping all those recast lines. Sorry.
Go ahead.
So he was saying they do it because they feel the market is there.
Yeah, I was gonna ask Plumbline. This is not just Black Bones. A lot of rappers say it. I okay, Blackbone said here when I interviewed him, said the same thing. Yeah, a couple of other rappers have said saying that it's not like we cannot rap, but we dumb down because of the listeners. The listeners basically are saying Nigerian listeners are illiterate, majority.
And that's not fair because if you look at
do they even care? If they are illiterate, do they even care? Or if they should not even know that sort of lyricism, as in they should not know it exists.
Or Plumbline, what do you think about this narrative that rappers are churning out right now about listeners being illiterate or listeners not smart enough to get their bars, so they would rather just do the I solo like a solo thing?
Then the question is, who is the target audience?
Exactly.
Because, for example, again, I will use some illustration. There are some rappers, there's some artists that right now nobody actually even listens to their songs, but they still have sold out shows. As funny as it sounds, if MC Hammer does a show in Oakland, he's still gonna have people attend.
Yeah, Talib.
So, and Talib still has his own die-hard followers who will always look out for all his albums.
Yeah.
So the question is it those people that buy the 150 CDs on the road? And I think that's why iTunes is not the true test now. The streaming, maybe that's why they're now a bit more compelled, because now if I play a song, it is not worth listening to, I can stream it. So even though iTunes is not rewarding artists that much and all that, but it is not the true test of whether a song is worth listening to over and over again. And that's why people that what they were comfortable with, that's why they simply struggle with.
Okay, away from all of that, before we go on a break and then come back to the conversation, what's your take on Naira Marley?
Is he hip-hop?
Yeah, I'm asking.
What's your take?
Yeah, I'm asking Plumbline, what's his take on Naira Marley? Because I've seen him in different hip hop charts. You know, the last one being Pulse, put him as number 1 and number 2 hottest rappers in Nigeria and all that. So I would want to hear from Plum himself. What do you think about that? What's
corny, negative parody of you?
A friend of mine from in US is saying, let's just see him as Young Tom and Gucci Mane. That you don't learn from these people. They are ignorant and they just make ignorant music.
I'm worried about his own ignorance because it's infectious.
Yeah, it is actually.
That's where it's worrisome.
It's spreading.
If you are ignorant and everybody knows which one, nobody takes him serious and all that. But Naira Marley, do you know people take him serious? Do you know people actually attack rugged man?
No, I was surprised because before the EFCC arrest, I didn't actually pay attention to Naira Marley. It's not like I do pay attention. So I was surprised I had a song, Is It Go of Naira Marley. I didn't even know it was the one that did the song. So I said, oh, this is Naira Marley. There's no wow factor in him. But all of
He has a negative wow factor.
Yeah, it's very contagious.
Somebody that made a song about masturbation and children. I saw the video of children.
And it was disgusting. I've actually seen children dancing, so...
I mean, someone who would put out a video of getting secondary school girls pregnant.
So that's something. So that's why it's worrisome. If it's on that Gucci movie and all that.
Like I said yesterday, there's always a part of a CD that reads parental advisory, explicit content.
We really don't. If I'm being honest, we do not. What's your take on him being on this hip hop conversation all the time?
I don't actually see him as hip hop.
Plum, do you see him as? Because it's funny to me when I see it, but I do not comment, or I do not write, or I do not tweet, or I do not respond. I just lay low and then think to myself the possibility of these things happening. When I see people who are supposed to ask questions are corroborating and saying yes, it's the leader of the new school. Hip hop is hip hop. Online, people that like I know these guys know their stuff, and they keep saying it, and I'm just lost for words. So that's why I'm asking Plumbline right now. Should Naira Marley be a part of conversations that centers around hip hop, especially when it comes to who's the hottest or who's the best? Naira Marley makes top 2 nowadays on virtually every list available online. Yes.
So if it were up to me, unfortunately it's not up to me. It won't be in the conversation. It won't be in the conversation if it
It's
was
more
up to me.
it's more of the bunch sort of people.
Again, no. Because the funny thing is that, well, Naira Marley does his own version of what he calls rap.
Does he rap?
Well, if he doesn't, how does these people, these our guys?
I don't know what
He does what he calls rap. What he calls
No,
rap.
I don't think
does
he
it.
sees himself as a rapper.
Naira Marley doesn't exactly sing.
He
Yeah.
talks.
It's
What?
not talks. So if we could give Muhammad Ali the qualification or the start talking, then as he talks and all that stuff, we allow it to still fall into. If we allow the Asian spirits and voices, then we allow them to fall into that category. Actually,
So why wouldn't he be on the conversation with you if you had your way?
so that's why I said if I had my way, is that for me, hip hop, I see hip hop strongly as a movement. Yes, people always go back again and say no, when African Bambaataa and Co started before, in those days of Cool Herc, that the whole idea before was just let's party and then let somebody talk. But over time, if you want to go back, and then I usually limit hip hop to the Brooklyn story, the New York story. I go back to the Africans here, where we had our own form. You have to be saying something. You have to be saying something. And your message should be to, whether you're drawing attention to something, or because, again, I'll go back. At the time America was getting berserk over what they called gangster rap, if you listen again, those guys were actually talking about the reality of the gun violence in their hood.
Yeah.
There was something about it. There was a message. So most of the time, yes, not everybody should be conscious artists and all that, but again, when it's now connoting something negative, then I have a problem with it.
Wow. So Naira, for you, in your opinion, if you had your way, if you owned the knife and the yam, it would have been a conversation as
I
well.
said you want to do inside life. Inside life.
It doesn't sound like rap. I don't know. There's no element.
So where would you place it?
It should be in all these pop guys where just place him side by side by the band.
Nah, bro.
Again, then where this conversation
Like okay, Zlatan is hip hop.
yeah.
At least I know he's hip hop. Then, but I can't actually place Naira Marley anywhere. Okay, Naira Marley is Naira Marley. It does what it does.
But look, what I'm saying is, these writers, these hip hop writers, these hip hop noists, they put these guys in the conversation all the
I
time.
do
I'm
they-
sure you've seen a lot of them.
I've not seen. I feel they are doing
Okay, the
it
last
for
one being
buzz.
the top 10 for polls.
I think
Polls top 10, written by AOT2. Ayomide, yes. Zlatan was number 1, Naira Marley was number 2.
Well, it's not.
And
it's
when
not
he was queried online, he says something like, yes, they are the artists, they are rappers, whether you like it or not. They are rappers.
The other issue again, it goes back to hip hop world.
No,
and
see,
the words,
you know.
because that's where it started. That's where this thing started.
Okay.
Because I think, Ayoshinaya has been a pioneer and done quite a lot. But I think the major challenge he had was he had that explanation that hip hop world magazine was more about just hip hop. And so when hip hop world awards started having that many facets, because it's funny, it's called hip hop world awards, but in the actual sense the award is not exactly hip hop. So that's where the lines became very fluid and blurred in Nigeria. In Nigeria, the lines are blurred as far as all these people are concerned. What they call hip hop in Nigeria is just for parents and as for this generation, most of the time, it's even more of once they hear heavy beats that actually cause people to dance. That's what people think it's hip hop, as in the
Okay, modern urban music.
yeah. So so that's where the whole thing came up. So for some people, again, like I said, for some people, there are people till date that don't rate Eminem, for example.
Yeah.
You know, those of us that feel that Eminem is the best thing happened. So now, but really, when there are different opinions about someone, which is bound to happen, when the arguments for can be weighed against the arguments against, then probably strike a balance in between.
So what balance is there to strike with Naira Marley as an artist?
Okay. I don't know. He's just an artist. I don't know. Okay.
I feel like Plumbline is holding something back. There is something he doesn't want to say. There is something he doesn't want to say.
Or to be truthful, when these bloggers or writers make a rap list or top rappers list, I tend to remember that the rappers on the list don't even have the hot rap song.
Very true. That's what Tommy said.
They don't have the hot rap song. They either have the popping song that has the elements of what the band does or anything, and they use that to rate them and put them on top.
Welcome back to Rap Culture on Silverbirds Rhythm 93.7. MoFame is in the radio, Plumbline is in the building, Greo out here as well, and we have been having a conversation about what a classic should be, what is the requirement for a song to be a classic, and we also delve into the Naira Marley situation, the albums that are classic in Nigeria amongst others. But I got this message, and this one is directed to Plumbline. This message says, "Good evening, Mo and the guys. Sequel to the impression that your guest is creating, I need to ask if the culture or ethics of rap says rap done in good English is the acceptable rap and rap done in broken English is against the rap ethics. Please make clarification. MC Sly from GRE."
Okay, to be clear on that, let's go again to the Brooklynian New York guys rap with the New York accent. The Southern guys come with theirs. The important thing is not whether you're rapping in pidgin or not. Why I cited that example was when someone was saying that everything has to be this way for it to be heard. You can be a lyricist. Wow, let me give an example. The Green, he rapped in Yoruba.
Yeah.
But those of us that knew that Green before he started rapping in Yoruba and all that, you will know that that's somebody that had an understanding of hip hop. And he put everything to a point that you would think that maybe he has a way of probably writing in English and writing in Yoruba. So it's not about whether you rap in pidgin or you rap, but you're creative with your words. Again, what I said earlier is your words must pass a message. So what's the message you're passing across? You need to listen to you and know what you're saying. Communication is effective.
Alright, I got this other message here still for Plumbline. Okay. Okay. This is from Jonair from Ugbo. Says, "Good evening, guys. I'm so excited to hear Plumbline's voice on the radio." Okay. Is it is it the same Plumbline? Because I don't know the one way you talk. Now there's only one. There's only one. Yes, it's the same. It's the same. From your excitement, I can tell that you know the drill. It's the same. So this one again says, "Hi guys, how you doing? A very interesting conversation. I am learning a lot. Please, I want to ask, Greo, if Naira Marley is not a rapper, then what is he?"
I said he's an artist. I don't see him as a rapper. I don't feel he has the skill sets or what he churns out can classify him as a rapper. I feel he's just making fun of. He's just being happy with what he does. He's making people happy, and he has his audience. But telling me he raps, I would agree. I will never agree.
You seem so passionate and emotional.
No, I will never agree. But he does what he does. But he's not a rapper. I don't see him as a rapper.
So what do you see him as?
Entertainer.
Are rappers not entertainers?
Yeah, you know, people. you know, when I say, you know, when they said the band, blah blah blah, whether it's a singer or he raps,
And he,
or,
and he came out to say I'm an entertainer.
Exactly. That's what Naira Marley is.
Okay.
It just does the stuff, but it can't be classified as a rapper.
Okay.
Go for beat. No, rap for beats.
But it seems like this is personal for you.
No, I've listened now. It's like telling me, okay, what's this rap? What rap song has he made?
It's a go.
Is a go.
Yes, now.
At least, you can name rap songs from Olamide and his Zlatan or other guys, but Naira Marley,
I think what he does, there's this genre of music in Uganda they call Dadakwada.
Okay, thank God you have a name for that.
Inside life.
So if you were the chief host of an award show, what category would you put Naira Marley? What genre of music would you?
You put him exclusively
Pop.
Okay, pop, yeah.
Because pop is a broad category.
Yeah.
Okay, so Naira Marley is more of a pop artist than a rap artist.
Or hip hop.